What I did was I made sure that I got my locks done the summer before football. That way I'd give my hair with those comb coils enough time to mature so I could do wash and goes and I could rinse without having to rinse out my parts. YouTube, TP Locs here, bringing you guys another video today. Yes, today you guys are going to bring you 5 tips on how to manage your locks during your sports season. All right, if you're interested in that video, stay tuned. Per usual, you guys, if you have not done so already, please hit that like and that subscribe button right now. If you have hit that like and subscribe button already, definitely want to make sure that notification bell, stay notified on all the posts the moment I post. All right, let's get into the video. You guys, I recently made a post on my community tab where I was asking you guys what kind of video you wanted, and some of you guys answered. And this was the video topic that was the most liked or the most requested, I'll say. Now, before I go into the 5 reasons, I gotta explain to my athletes out there, you have to understand going into your lock journey that this is going to be a different process for you than the regular or average processes. Every student athlete out there knows that your journey is just a little bit different than everyone else's. While people are going straight to school or going straight home after school, you're going to practice. When kids are able to sleep in, you're waking up early having to go to those workouts. Come into your journey embracing that, just like you've embraced all the other changes. Because you're gonna have to take some special precautions to make sure that your lock journey has the space to thrive along with your sport. Now, the first tip I want to give you, be preemptive. Give your hair as much time as possible to mature before your season. A long time ago when I was playing football in college and high school, I absolutely utilized this tip. What I did was I made sure that I got my locks done the summer before football. That way I'd give my hair with those comb coils enough time to mature so I could do wash and goes and I could rinse without having to rinse out my parts more frequently. Me, it made all the difference when I was taking that helmet on and off, showering after practice. I didn't have that same fear of getting my hair wet because I had given my hair a little bit of time to mature. If you're not somebody that's gonna be utilizing the comb coil method, understand you can use the method that's gonna best match your sport. This will alleviate a lot of that stress that you're feeling just worrying about your hair having to come out. You can use methods like the 2-strand twist method. You can start your locks with braids, crochet, you can do interlocking. All of these methods are gonna provide you much better hold and much better resilience underwater or dealing with excess sweat. Okay, so this is basically 2 tips in 1. Try to plan your locks out prior to season so you got more time to mature, and also try to match your method with your sport. Matching the sport with your lock method can absolutely give you a seamless transition into your lock journey. So definitely consider those 2 tips. That is thing 1. Tip number 2, rinse more and invest in natural cleansers. When I told you in the very beginning that your lock journey was gonna be different, this is what I meant. If you're somebody out there that is working out because of a sport, or you're doing the sport consistently every single week, I know for football, you're playing a game every Saturday, you also got practices, you can't just go home and lay on that sweaty, funky hair. You just can't do it. When I was playing football back in the day, you had practices multiple times, you had 2-a-days during the summer. There was just no option for me to go lay my stinky head on my pillow after sweating all day under a helmet. Just wasn't gonna happen. I was playing sports with my locks. I absolutely made sure to rinse my hair every single day after every single practice. This was an absolute must for me. You're gonna wanna make sure you rinse and utilize oils. Utilizing oils like tea tree, peppermint, rose water, and a bunch others have been shown to not only cleanse the scalp, but also improve the scalp's pH. It could also help with your hair growth, help with dandruff, help prevent buildup, a whole bunch of things. Obviously, I still recommend you to wash your hair at least once every 2 weeks. That would be my recommendation based on my hair texture and porosity. But in the case of the rinses, I'm just saying get some cool to lukewarm water. After you completed practice or you left the meet or etc., just go home, rinse your scalp off, and then hit it with some of the tea tree oil, some peppermint oil, or whatever oil that you're using to get your scalp and your smell good situation back. This is not only gonna be cleansing for you, but it's also gonna be healthy for your hair. Last thing you want is caked up, stinky locks. I get a lot of questions from swimmers basically asking, you know, how do I keep my hair clean and healthy while also trying to compete during swimming? Okay, this is gonna be a great help to you guys. But that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, use head coverings and compression. They will be your best friend. Head covering is gonna be extremely important because it's gonna help you with absorbing sweat, and it's gonna help maintain your parts through the compression. It can be wave caps, they can be do-rags, they can be your Under Armour skull caps, whatever you have. When I was playing football back in the day and I had my full set of locks, I was using a shirt sleeve. I'll cut a shirt sleeve off, I will put it around my head, and that's what I would rock. I was getting that sweat absorption, and I was also getting that compression from that shirt sleeve. Anytime I took my helmet off of my Locs, usually it was a little jumbled, but for the most part, thanks to that shirt sleeve compression, my parts were intact. Now, all sports are going to be a little different. Some of them aren't going to allow you to use head scarves or head coverings. That is the case for your sport. You're going to have to skip this step. But even when it comes to sports like swimming, there are caps out there that are specifically designed for your Locs and natural hair in general. I know You Go Natural has some out there. I know you could even find some on Amazon if you're really in the market for some. Use them to absorb that sweat and get that great compression. For tip number 4, this is not talked about a lot. I absolutely recommend you guys who are out there competing in sports to style your hair so that you have the best tactical advantage that you can absolutely get. I was able to maintain my first set of Locs while I was doing track season. Anyone who's done track knows that Locs swinging and hanging in your face are just not aerodynamically competitive. Now for me, there were some meets that it really didn't matter. I was gonna dust them regardless. And other ones that I really took seriously, I wanted to make sure I looked the part. In certain instances, the aerodynamic advantage was gonna be to put my hair in like barrel twist or some sort of braids where the hair was out of my face. This could apply in other sports like basketball. This could even apply to football, even swimming. If you wanted to braid your hair down and then put the swimming cap over, that could be a lot easier for you. I would recommend if you're somebody that has Locs, depending on what length you have, you absolutely want to make sure that you style your hair so that you have the best tactical advantage, or it's as convenient as possible for you as you do the sport. I know also from the past videos I've told you guys to minimize your styles. I'm not telling you to go out there and style your hair every single competition, every single meet, every single, game that you have. But in some of those meets, maybe your invitationals, maybe your tournaments, your state championship games, maybe you do want to give yourself a little bit more of the tactical advantage. Maybe you don't want to go with the style. Maybe you want to utilize some bands. You can use those bands. I think they're by Suave. I'll leave the link in the description. They've got long bands and they've got the little ones. If your hair is long enough, you can use the longer bands, keep the hair out your face. And if you got shorter Locs, you can use them to band up your hair and keep it out of your face. Or you could even use hairpins to clip some of the hair down. But absolutely want to make sure that you style your hair tactically so that you can still perform your best in your sport. Again, this is something that's not talked about a lot, but it is absolutely necessary. When you have your Locs, you are going to have to sort of maneuver them a little bit to make sure that you can get the best out of your performance. All right, but that is tip number 4. The last tip I want to give you guys is very, very important. Use naturally organic products. Your twisting gels, if you use a twisting gel, whatever product you use in your hair, absolutely make sure it's naturally organic. Now why? The reason being is because when you're using naturally organic products, and I've just explained this before, 9 times out of 10 these products are not only designed for your hair, but also your skin. In some instances with these natural products, they can even be consumed. I'm not telling you to go to your House of Ice's jar right now and just go eat it like it's pudding. I'm not saying that. But in certain instances, it's probably not gonna hurt if it gets in your mouth or eye. This is very, very important when you're talking about sports competition. Anytime you're jumping in water or you're dealing with the elements out there like the rain or just excess heat, those products can have a reaction. In the instance of more waxy or build-up-y type products, these things can solidify in excess heat. Some of them can even solidify in excess cold. So you want to make sure that you utilize natural products so that you're minimizing that probability for buildup. Not only is it huge for preventing things like buildup, if you're sweating during competition, the last thing you want is a product line that is not organic sweating into your eyes. If you haven't been listening to this video and you don't have any sort of compression or some sort of cloth absorbing that sweat during practice or any sort of competition, the worst thing in the world is having that sweat line with that product on it. You got that white cakey looking product sweating in your eyes. I've been there before. You're out there sweating and you can barely open your eyes out there because you got who knows what product, maybe some jam or some beeswax or whatever you spray, some Stay So Fro, sweating from your Locs, from your scalp into your eyes. Avoid that. Use naturally organic products. I feel like I've said it at least 4 or 5 times already. They're gonna be the best thing for your hair. They're gonna be the best thing for your body, your mind, your soul, and your eyes, okay? But that is tip number 5. You guys, this video was a high level overview. I do believe I could have included some more. If there was anything that glaring that I'm missing, please leave it in the comment section below. In the end, all I can say to you guys out there who are doing sports is that your journey is just gonna be unique. You're gonna have to consistently find necessary workarounds to make it ideal for your loc journey and your sports competition journey. Whether that relates to the products you choose, the head coverings you choose, how frequently you're rinsing, your journey is going to be different, as all of our journeys are. But for my athletes in particular, I think it's very important to understand that you are going to have a firm grip on the fact that your hair is progressing, no matter what it looks like, no matter how puffy it looks, your locs are progressing. Allow the frizz, allow some of the locs to come out if they come out, allow your hair to do what it's doing, and trust that process. Don't get discouraged, don't have unrealistic expectations, don't compare your journey to anyone else's. You gonna have to do what you gonna have to do for those locs, just like you gonna have to do what you gotta do for that sport. It's gonna look a little bit different than everybody else. So maintain that, wear that with pride, and own it. All right? This has been TB Locs, signing out.
TB Locs fam, what is going on? You already know it's your boy Backpack Beatz. If you like the music on my homie TP's channel, definitely come over to my channel. I got more of these. I'm making beats every week. I'm also DJing every week for the No More Free Beat Show. So definitely make sure you stay tuned in. Got a lot of stuff popping. I appreciate everybody who's been coming from TP's channel as well. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, so I really appreciate y'all for coming through, showing love. It's nothing but a community over here for real. We got the dope vibes. So definitely stay tuned to what we doing on TP's channel. Make sure you stay tuned to what I'm doing on my channel also. And it's gonna be fire, man. Dope beats, dope music, dope vibes. Appreciate y'all.